Hopefully not much longer, folks. We got some last minute players trying to wiggle their way in. Had a few drop out on one team, so right now sitting at 32 for WRTB, 35 for 11th, so they're down 33 now. We're getting some progression here. There we go. So any moment now we should be starting. If you're watching this, I've heard several comments. People say, man, Don Gotti's stream is never on time. Guess what, folks? Don Gotti's stream is always on time. I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on time. It's up to these teams to then get their people in and get the game started. Obviously, I have a 30-minute delay, so I have to be 30 minutes ahead of time. So that's how we know I'm ahead of time all the time. So every once in a while something happens, but just to clarify that, it's a funny bit of information for you. We are working on getting there, though, folks. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, don't you worry, child. And if you haven't already, go and check out the stream from last night. We had 9PZ giving a little pretty quick 5-0 action there to Pathfinders. I'm sure some of you probably saw that, but that's not the point of tonight. Tonight is all about WRTB and 11. WRTB having trouble. The guys all in here right now, so standing by. Shamalama doo. Shadoo wop wop doo. Shaboopy, shaboopy. Man. Let's have some fun. Fuck it. Here we are. Pre-game action at its finest. That was awesome. I'm definitely getting a clip of that. I'm gonna do a little practice here. Shoo. Alright. Boom, boom. Let's go. So last night I ended up having trouble. So with the new addition, before you would just hit circle to exit out of a screen that looked, well, it didn't look like this. Everything used to be on the right side of the screen, but now it's on the left. It looks a lot more nice and neat over there. The controls are a lot easier. So those of you looking to get into this or to play with this, see your server operator and see if you can get access. Start to play with it. It's actually a lot of fun. So you turn it way down. You see how slow it moves. You can also turn it way up. See, before you would tap it, and now it goes like this much, whereas a tap like that would go literally across the whole thing. You know, you'd get like boom, and it'd be way too fast. Be like, oh shit, what am I doing? It was always a struggle in the past, so they've really helped us out here on console. That should really help to bring you some good stuff. We had zoom all along. You guys have seen that on my streams before. Everything else is pretty normal, but it's not as sudden. We don't have that boom, big, straight downward splash like you've seen on stream before. There's no pressure sensitivity on the L1 button. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bumper. It's not a trigger or anything. So made things a lot more smooth here for us. I'm just toying around, waiting for the match to start now. Somebody's testing out their arty, of course. It looks to be on my mid, yeah. Direct hits. Let's see, that's coming from the north. That's going to be 11 or not 11 ID, I'm sorry, 11th. It's the 11th Hellcats, rather. Quite the originals in this game. Here we all know and love. Let's see. Looking at the chat, we got not very familiar with 11th. So going to side with WRTB and their pedigree, yeah. Well, that brings you to it. Man, 11th being one of the original Hell Let Loose console clans that I'm aware of. I mean, I played with these guys back when, back before we had these servers and all that good stuff, and we had to send guys out and try to find, try to get lucky and land on a server, and then have another team try to send a squad worth of guys out into it and hope that they just happen to land in one of the guys' servers, and then we could all pile on and we would kick people from the party until we could land enough folks. It was absolutely insane. And then at that time you couldn't always get the Xbox guys in, so you had to try to keep a Xbox guy with you in your place, that in your party before you went into this, which then limited the availability of how many servers you could look at once. Because of course, if you didn't have the Xbox guy in with you, there was no way of him joining for the longest time. And that went both ways. So something really neat to point out. We've come a long way here in the Hell Let Loose console community. This addition of Admin Cam, and then of course the update recently, is absolutely fantastic. It will make for so much better content. You see, we can come to a screeching halt. I like it right around here, give or take. You can always, it is pressure sensitive, so I can always move the stick just a little bit, even though it's up high. I can put it all the way up high. Still just barely move it. Just much more sensitive, and it speeds up a lot faster. We don't like that. We try to keep from doing that. Give it as good of a look as we can. We'll get a little better with the camera angles and try to bring you the best views we possibly can. You guys know I don't like that real zoomed out look. I like to give it to you every once in a while, but I like to be right there in the shit, trying to get you an angle up close and personal in some of these battles. We're going to call out some names, shout some people out. This may have been their first time on the stream, who knows? A lot of familiar names so far on the stream. But we are just patiently waiting, folks. I will be back with you shortly. We are going to keep an eye. So as soon as this is ready, we're going to be there. But I didn't want to let you down or make you think that we're not trying here. So thank you all for tuning in, and we will let you know what's going on as we go. So far, I'm just waiting. Alright, folks. Not being changed, that's always a good sign. Let's see. You guys want to see something real quick? Here's my sensitivity settings. There you go. They worked for me pretty well. Have it that as you will. But boom. That guy would have been fucked. Yeah. We are getting started. Boom, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the moment you truly have all been waiting for. We have got WRTB taking on the 11th Hellcats. The Aussie boys. Look, we got 34 against 35. They had 37 a moment ago. They'll get it figured out. That's what we've been waiting on this whole time. I've been told to join a mate named Pouches. Pouches, let me in, mate. Boom, baby. Rifleman we shall be. All my stuff is already turned down from last night, so we're gonna get on right into that there admin cam, see? Learned last night, man. Last night was a trip. If those of you out there happen to see, or you get a chance to watch it, I highly suggest. Excuse me, an absolute shit show from the cam perspective. Total mess. But that's how it works out. Sometimes they did the update. I did not have enough time to practice, and that's what I get. So, dugout barn looks to be the. Oh, it's gonna be interesting. Yikes! Luckily, we don't see any points lining up for either team, so both of them gonna have to trek through absolute hell, trying to get back to this dugout barn. So Midpoint and the battle thereof going to be that much more important tonight, folks. We're going to go on up ahead just a little bit. Actually, I'll tell you what. Yeah, let's get all our good stuff going here, folks. Bada boom, bada bing. We are here. That's what I'm talking about. A little bit of stick drift. My other controller, I connected it to the PC, and then it didn't want to connect back to the PlayStation for some reason. I even reset it completely and everything. It was totally weird. So haven't messed with that yet. So we're using the old controller, which is kind of shice, but nonetheless, hopefully we catch some wicked truck snipes, something along the way. WRTB going to be in blue for you folks right now. Red coming in is going to be the 11th. See Cavito and Hans. Two drivers in the trucks. We got a couple squad leaders hopping out for WRTB. WRTB inherently known for ensuring their defense. So they are going to plan this out very well, just in case they don't take Midpoint. Something WRTB has always done well. They're being led tonight by Apache Garrison. Some love him, some hate him. Either way, he's Apache Garrison. And it looked for just a second that 11th was off to the earliest cap here. Yeah, we see two trucks worth of WRTB driving into the dugout barn itself. You see the 11th just on the other side. This is going to be difficult with WRTB already dug in the barn, although, ooh, nice rocket comes out. Tigger hopping out. throwing up. We saw broken legs. I don't think he can walk that one off. Truck comes out, takes a rocket to the side. Strafing run all ready to start the match. 11th pushing in. 11th still with the pressure, but it's going back the WRTB way. Remember, folks, it's going to take a full 2 minutes, and for WRTB, it took a little bit even longer. They had to cap some pressure back. Ooh, rocket goes out in the distance. Temps lays one out. Back and forth they go. Yikes, we're off to a great start here, folks. Ooh, look at the 11th logo. When I removed the background, it took out the eyes, whiskers, and teeth. So that's kind of, I don't know. Let me know if you think that's cool or not. I'll fix that next time, though, guys. My bad, dog. Temps with another rocket. 11th pushing this side of the dugout barn awfully heavily. Gonna be their best way to utilize cover getting in. 11th is definitely a clan that's been around for a long time. They know how these maps work, and they are going to put them to use. The Chubbs Peterson making his way though. Look at this. I look for the Satch Daddy to come on down. Ooh, but he gets taken out. I'm not even sure where. Falco's been standing there the whole time. We've got several 11th going down. Where are these guys getting shot from? Oh, Captain Walters. Picking fellers apart, see? Giving a little thunder to their down under, huh? Anyways. Ooh, artillery going absolutely bonkers. Remember, this is Winter War League, folks. All 3 guns are allowed to be going at the same time. No one has capped midpoint yet. We're nearly 7 minutes into this matchup. Granted, a few of them are for warm-up, but still 11th clearing WRTB out. Just as many in the barn now. Bodies all over the place. Blakeney being surrounded. Chubbs runs up. Shoddy. Cthulhu. He goes down. Andy drops to a grenade. Hammerhead's got... What is going on? Falco, Hammerhead. In the action. Sulit making his way. Everybody drops. Where are people dying from? Falco, I thought he died. Never mind, he didn't. It's just the new cam. Sometimes they're, they disappear. I don't know. Fuck it. Marcy! One man, he goes down. He's no longer with us. Frost, you need the satchel, baby. Plant that satchel, dog. Act running in. Slips through while nobody's paying attention. Going to plant the satchel. Satchel goes off. Takes out everybody. Hammerhead, the first one back. Stanza. 86 with it. Get out of here. What's going on? Look at this point right now. Nearly under 11th control. WRTB, you got Gino Ginelli. Glogla. Bobby. 11th gonna take the first cap in this one. Big setback for either team. This way going toward WRTB. So, ooh, Truck not standing a chance there. Not even sure what happened. Stuff is just exploding everywhere. We've got armor firing in the distance. The Luke's is yapping underneath us. Let's take a look. Alright. A lot of land to cover. WRTB still right here. Knocking on the door. Don't count them out yet. Pressure going back the WRTB way. Right now they're on their backs, but they are raising that bar. Will they continue? The blue line continues to tick. That is what they like to see. Strafe run comes in. We've lost something else. Is that the loops? No, it was, oh, artillery taking out a, Falco. Point is contested. You see Chubbs Peterson. Let's see if we can get a better look from some of the fellas. We've got the New York Giant Baller, Tigger, and the boys. See Big Dog and Chubbs Peterson. Big Rig as well. Off in the distance. If you play the game, you know exactly how easy it is to run into a mess here. Bombing run inbound. That looks to be a WRTB bombing run. This could be absolutely devastating. Absolute menace of a bombing run laid out by Apache Garrison. 11th going to struggle to withstand here and take back this midpoint. We've got a squad, 2 squads basically, equaling out to just over a full squad's worth of guys, but it's not going to be enough. Already coming in, hammering the point as well. Great 1-2 punch by WRTB to work their way back in on this point. 11th bombing run now coming in. I'm not sure if it got anybody. We see a lot of devastation by bombing runs, but most of these spawns came just after, or the guys were already inside of the point, so not much use there to stop. On behalf of the 11th, unfortunately, we're going to have a WRTB cap here. Oh, well, I say that, and fuck me, right? It's contested instantly. How about that? I guess we'll just wait until it happens to call it, folks. That's what I get for saying it, and it didn't happen. Now it's happened. WRTB taking back midpoint. Just about, oh, what's it been, 10 minutes? Not even, no, it's not even been 10 minutes. It's been about 5 minutes or so. So 11th not having the time to completely set up their protections on the point. WRTB going to have the opportunity to do so themselves. Going to look for some garrisons to come up for WRTB somewhere around this front door area. Obviously protecting their backside. I guarantee they get one up here soon, and then another down a little bit further. They're going to squeeze in as many as they possibly can. As many would. As many would. Tickle my pickle and Frost. About to face off with Chewy. A little Chewy at the beat. Big Rig working his way in. We got Lolo Doe. 84. Lenny. WRTB veteran. Leading the way in this one. Look at him utilizing his binoculars. Firing off into the distance, trying to hold off this 11th push. We know, based on where this point is, the edge of this map is going to be ever so important to maintain. And then, of course, this front door area, all of this push, which means these main roads here where Falco and Lolo Doe 84 with, Base Lord, Void, and Sunny. Tigger throwing one on Sonny Crockett and boys. Trying to fill their void. Nobody around has the capabilities of hurting him now. Gotta wait on a spawn. You see Hans and New York Giant Ball. Roscoe, Tickle My Pickle, and Bull Randall. Dirty Leeds and Cavito. How will they withstand 11th? Already working its way in. You see both of them going back and forth, but we've got a big push by 11th. Glogler takes one down. Void and Baselord and the boys working their way. Get that Satch. Get that Satch, baby. Jump on top of him, dog. We've got to see more of that. Anyways, oh, look at this. He's stuck. Roscoe! Roscoe, let's go! Gavino! Smushed! And then he's taken out anyway. Marcy comes up. Now he's got to deal with Chubbs. Peterson takes out Chubbs. He's dropped anyway. Glogler's left alive. He's still in the building somehow. Big Rig going down. Big Dog going down. Glogler for MVP right now. Battle for mid is alive and well, folks. Let's take a look at the map edge. Old T-Rex out here by himself. Crizzy crawling along. Officer down getting mowed. You heard the MG. Brrr, Swifty, what is that? Swifty Pony or Swifty Phoenix? Swifty Penis, maybe. I don't know. Either way, Swifty done got him some. Let's take a look from the 11th point of view here. You got Berserk Dan, Temps, Chubbs, Peterson. We get a spawn wave. Ooh, look how close to wiping that spawn wave he was. Oh, I think he may have even got the... Yeah, he got the OP. Big Rig. Just moments away from losing that OP. Wild how close some things can be. You make big plays, but it just wasn't quite close enough. 3 seconds before or so, this whole spawn wave would not be here. That's absolutely wild. Anyways, grenades going out. Not sure if that was a friendly or if Dirty Leeds might have landed one up here. We've got a little bit of a back and forth now. Chubbs Peterson leading the charge for the 11th, firing a rocket. What a menace. Gorgeous rocket. I think he took out 2 of them there. If not, we're going to say he did. Hell, we'll say he did 3. Talk him up a little bit. Chub him up a little bit, right, Peterson? Anyways. Back to the WRTB lines. Let's go check around in the back now. This is something very interesting we got to keep in mind. Randolph. Too cool for school. Middle of the field says, yeah, well, Rambo the MG42, why not? Big Cole 81, or Big Colonel 81, not sure which one. We'll just call him Big. With the STG, they see this 11th offensive trying to work their way around. You know, the garrison that was out here has been dropped, so trying to work around to reestablish. You see both of their garrisons are on map edge, but as long as they're able to keep and maintain that, it will do them a lot of good on a map like this. AT gun's in a pretty great location as well, just not able to get back there. Fluxy, Muda, Lovey 3103, all the boys working this flank as hard as possible. Big Cole 81. With the STG, you see Captain Walters and Lenny back here on the defensive. Check back in just a moment to see how that's working, but for right now, let's get back to this front door push. Has the 11th put on enough of a front door push to overcome? We're not sure. It doesn't look like it so far. And something has just dropped. Appears to be an AT gun. Going up in a moment of despair. Trying to get something going. Lolo Doe 84 and Blake's at the helm, staying right here in the shit. Excuse me. Who is this? Oh, wow. Patchy Garrison trying to sneak one in the front door, literally. Open fielding it. It's shut down probably by Falco and Big Dog over here. You saw that did not last very long at all. Already coming in. Big bad. We've got a solo tanker. Interesting play here. Solo PZ4 for WRTB. I guess if you don't need him to have a crew, then not a terrible play. He's got access to the guns, but you see he's taking some hits. He's got nobody to call it out, so he's got to find it on his own. Looks like he's attempted to do so. The shot comes in, the second one rains in, takes him out. All the way from back here. That is going to be Hugo Stiglitz. You dumb dog 69 and mock witness. You dumb dog. Look at that. Incredible shots. Up to the point. Through the fog. Through the winter storm. But remember, this is Winter War League. This is where it goes down, folks. Artillery running rampant. Mando, Big Dog, working their way in the point again. Trying to dodge this artillery. But if they're able to do so, the point's not heavily infested with WRTB, I can tell you that much. Mando, gotta watch. Commie George hops out, pops out. George. Man. Able to defend his armor unit here. This kitty lives on. That is what I'm talking about. Blake 7 though. Working his way up. Who we got? Follow Mando. That's an 11th recon flare. They've got a squad leader in the mix. Ooh, Han's peeking around, getting him some. Lolo, a fight through the window. Lolo coming out on top. Oh, hell yeah. Breaking it down, folks. That's what we like to see. So happy about putting on a push. He had to stop and dance. Golly. That's what you get here with Hell Let Loose. You know? It's never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. I'm going to move the chat to my other screen here so we can see what's going on. Back to full screen. I'm right back in the mix for you folks. Mando. Berserk Dan. Lolo Doe 84. Temps. Blake 7. Blake 7 and Blakeney. About to square off. Berserk Dan and Temps. Blakeney got to save the day here. The guy's turned around. He gets one. Mando running in, yapping with the grease gun. Nice. Gunned down by Andy though. For a second there, it looked like 11th was going to take that. You see 11th, not as many around here, but hey. See if we can... There we go. That's a little bit better for you. You can kind of see through a little bit. I have trouble seeing the red, but you see there's a guy through there. It's Lolo Doe. Got the gosh dang tiger in there. Lolo. Lolo with the satchel. Tigger runs right by it. What is going on? What is going on? They were just running side by side. Oh, Marcy doesn't see it either. We gotta stick around to see who it gets. Tommy George out of the tank again. That's the same George I know. There's no surprise there. Did he get back in? He did not. He ends up going down due to the satchel that came in. Bombing run coming in by the 11th again, directly over the barn. Not going to do any good this time either. Looks like it got maybe one or two. Milkman there got taken down. But other than that, not enough. Marcy leading the charge, gets a couple of them. Need to put on a large push here. We are going to flip to their side in just a moment and see how things are going. Potentially, well, we might not do that. Actually, I didn't make up a thing for the other side, so we're not going to do that today. But we'll keep it with this side, but we'll stay tuned with it the old school way. This was a last minute thing. I didn't sign up for this one, so happened to be free. We got the settings figured out. We're in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Shifty taking out Big Rig. This main front door is going to be where majority of the action will take place tonight, folks. We've got a little bit of a push though coming in the distance from some WRTB. You got Valhalla and Bobby. Crawling along, trying not to fall victim to Fallow. He's got the beef and he's bringing the tallow, you know what I'm saying? Texas Milkman, Dirty Leads, Tickle My Pickle. The New York Gina Baller. You believe I played with that guy for a long time? I'm still not sure how to say his name completely. And then all the time you gotta hear fucking Apache Garrison say his name, so, and who knows what the hell Apache Garrison's saying half the time, so you know what I'm talking about. Trust me, those of you watching know what I'm talking about. I feel bad, so I'm gonna call him the Gina Baller. New York Gina Baller, shot caller. Bull Randall. Over here, I'm not sure if they know where he's at, but making waves with the automatic rifle. Stanza working around. Midpoint now being contested, going back the way the 11th. WRTB allocating about a squad's worth or so guys to the point. Let's get back over here, see how we're doing. Lolo Doe 84 running into old T-Rex. T-Rex might have them tiny arms, but he can still work an MP40. Chubbs Peterson, Big Rig, Fluxy, Arcane, look, here they come. see, let's see. Got movement. We've got Commie George working the armor out, and as soon as he does, takes one from range. Tries sending one back in return. Hugo Stiglitz, you dumb dog. Oh, what are you doing? That dumb dog's gonna get your ass. Oh, and they miss. He happens to get lucky. They miss. We're looking right over the top. Son of a bitch. There we go. Hugo coming up strong there. Dropping the Tiger. Walked out in the middle of the field with his pants down, no cover. Said, touch me. Dun, 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 touch me. That's what that reminded me of. Steph, Steiny, and Smokey. It is essential that you have an S name to be in that Tiger squad. Who knows? All I know is Fourth Point has now been capped by WRTB, and they are getting set up at 5th, just like that, folks. We're a tad behind here. Misery Foy, not much. Oh my gosh, looky here. Here we go. Should we go over there? Should we go over there? We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Oh, there's a bunch. Look at that. Commie George smoked out of the tank. Says, it doesn't even matter. Let's finish him off. 11th, losing that garrison. It looks like moments after we just went out back to the dugout barn. Caught up in a little bit of action, and they were able to then take that point with just that little bit of guys they had. 11th with a huge spawn wave coming off Doc, Commie George, Jesus, all the boys you see. 11th making their way across, just a wave, zombie apocalypse style. Rockets coming out from the trees. Ooh, the oven is ready. And just in time, if you ask me. Fourth Point being contested. But it's not going to matter. That's crazy. I can't believe we missed that on the camera. But it shows you how fast things can happen, folks. We look down there. I thought that's where the action was. We look back because Midpoint's getting contested. And by the time we watch that gosh darn Tiger go down and some other stuff, it is all over. That has been a Winter War League production, guys. I'm your host, Don Gotti. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I know I certainly did. Two interesting history teams here in the HLL console scene. This one going by means of 5-0 to WRTB. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, forget about